Morning, everybody. We're going to be continuing with our daily readings. And our daily thought, we're reading from Luke's Gospel. And today, it's Luke chapter 12. Verse is, verses 35 to 48. So I'll give it a few moments as we do to see if anyone's going to join us live this morning. Say hello if you are with us. If you're joining us today, it'd be great to see you. Morning. Hi Neil. Hi Dan. Just trying to get the version up that we're reading. So Luke 12. We've been reading through Luke's Gospel every day, actually, for the last sort of 13 weeks or so. So if you are interested, they are available. I think you can go back through Facebook and watch all of them, if that's what you'd like to do. Hi, Leanne. Today we're going to read from Luke 12:35 through to 48. But I'll give it another couple of moments to see if anyone else is going to join us. Talking about watchfulness today. Hi Mags, nice to see you briefly this morning. It's a bit windy outside today, and it is starting to rain, but hopefully it'll hold out for me to read through this passage and then share a couple of thoughts with us on this wonderful Friday morning. So let's read then from Luke 12 verse 35 onwards. It says, "Be dressed, ready for service, and keep your lamps burning, like servants waiting for their master to return from a wedding banquet, so that when he comes and knocks, they can immediately open the door for him. It will be good for those servants whose masters find them watching when he comes. Truly I tell you, he will dress himself to serve, will have them recline at the table, and will come and wait on them. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them ready, even if he comes in the middle of the night or towards daybreak. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would not have let his house be broken into. You also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him." Peter asked, "Lord, are you telling this parable to us or to everyone?" The Lord answered, "Who then is the faithful and wise manager, whom the master puts in charge of his servants, to give them their allowance at the proper time? It will be good for that servant whom the master finds doing so when he returns. Truly, I tell you, he will put him in charge of all his possessions. But suppose the servant says to himself, 'My master is taking a long time in coming,' and then he begins to beat the other servants, both men and women, and to eat and drink and get drunk. The master of that servant will come on a day when he does not expect him, and at an hour he is not aware of. He will cut him to pieces and assign him to a place with the unbelievers. The servant who knows the master's will and does not get ready or does not do what the master wants will be beaten with many blows. But the one who does not know and does things deserving punishment will be beaten with few blows. For everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded. And from the one who has been entrusted with much, much more will be asked." Jesus there sharing about being watchful and about being ready. And just really briefly on that little passage that I read, I think for me it's a reminder to continually be living in a right way, to live as God would have us live, to live in a way that would please him, but also to be ready. It talks about when you're in work or when you're preparing something, and maybe your boss has told you he's going to come and have a look. If you've ever worked on a building site, or you know people that do, everything changes when the owner of the company that's doing the work turns up. I've worked on building sites, and I remember, it's always a little bit laid back. There'll be lots of people doing lots of things, but sometimes maybe having one or too many tea breaks or coffee breaks. But then suddenly the person in charge turns up and everyone rushes back to work. I think as Christians, sometimes it can feel a little bit like that. We go through the motions, we can be tired, we can be a little bit lazy, but God wants us to be prepared, and he wants us to be ready to serve him, to do the things that he wants us to, but also to be ready for his return. And that's what this passage is talking a little bit about. And it might be hard to understand some of the words, some of the things that are being said, but ultimately what's being said is that if you call yourself a Christian, if you call yourself somebody that chooses to follow Jesus, it should be evident in your life. It shouldn't just be something that you say or write on Facebook or social media. It should be something that you do and should be proven in the way that you treat people and in the way that you act. And more so, I guess, it's about sharing faith and sharing what you believe with other people. So I hope that's encouraged you today. Luke 12, verses 35 to 48 is what I read. So if you want to go back and read that, feel free to do so. Hi, John. Hi, Illyri. Hi, others that have joined and not said hello. Bear's trying to get back in, so I'm going to have to go now. And yes, have a wonderful day. And yeah, I hope you're all doing okay. I shall see you on Sunday morning when we are live on this very channel and YouTube for our Sunday morning service at 10:45. But before then, you get to see John in the morning, who will be continuing with our daily thoughts. So yeah, hope you're doing well. Have a good day. Bye.